It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, October 13th, 2021, 7 a.m. And we've got a day, looks like where it's going to start getting rainy. It's going to be rainy through Friday.
Through Friday?
Through Friday. And then it says, time for football, can't rain.
I like that theory. I like that theory. Once rain kicks in, we're good. Or once Friday kicks in, no rain. I'm good with that.
You know, I got to think about you guys with all the TV cameras and equipment out in the rain sometime. I was watching a clip from Apollo 13, and this is when they're trying to get the service command module back up and running. They're trying to re-enter atmosphere, and it's Swaggart. They're trying to hit closed circuit breaker B on panel 11. And he says, there's an awful lot of condensation here. And he says, well, try it anyway. He's just kind of like driving a toaster through a car wash.
Yeah. it can be challenging at times. And even if you keep the equipment, sometimes you'll get some moisture on one of the connections on the lines going outside, something like that.
Yeah,
we had in the other game and had to go in and change the connections. And it's the same thing. There seems to be a lot of condensation on this.
Like driving a toaster through a car wash.
There you go.
Ooh, yeah. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. And we hope your Wednesday's off to a great start. We do it by starting with Brewed Awakening Coffee. Oh, my goodness. You girls are going to have to help us out. Look at that ball right there covering up Kelsey over there.
Hey, all right. Can you help your sister and take your hand and hit the ball and get it out of the way?
Just smack it. Take your hand up there. It'll move.
Kailor.
Just
hit the ball. Hit the ball.
Get Kailor to do it. Just see
swack it.
See where it says Brewed Awakening. See that order. Take your hand
Swack
and move
it.
it out of the way. Just
Swack it.
Swat by that there.
Real hard.
There you go. That moved it. Where's it going to wind up though?
I don't know. I lost it now. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to reset that. She did really good.
Wow, knocked it clean out of sight. That's good.
Yeah.
Now we can see them. Anyway, Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town once we figure out what happened to the logo.
I lost my logo. It went completely, oh, there it is.
Wow, it's really big now. That's covered both girls. Now I'm
I
going
had
to
to
swat
it. I had to find it. All right, do me a favor, just reach out and push it down, will you?
Just push it down. There you
That'll
go.
work. I can
There you go. Yeah, thank you, girls.
You knocked it. That is the first time I've ever seen somebody knock it completely off the screen.
Wow. That's good. That's good. Brewed Awakening Coffee with 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. You have, we'll get to the allergy report here in a minute, but yeah, get allergies at 0.5 today. My goodness. Brewed Awakening Coffee with 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Baxter Regional Medical Center's main entrance lobby. Follow the COVID guidelines there, of course. And you got Bomber Boulevard, which at 7:03, 7:04 in the morning is going to be busy between now and 8 o'clock with faculty, staff, and administration. Of course, students going into the junior high and high school and the district or the main office of the schools. Then you've got 62 East Plaza in front of Anytime Fitness. The drive-thru is up and running right now and ready to serve you the best coffee in town. Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, Baxter Regional Medical Center's main entrance lobby. And you can enjoy the best coffee in town. Mochas, lattes, frappuccinos, they've got it all. Buttered lattes, whatever you want, they've got it. And so, yeah, wave at the camera, girl. There you go. Tell everybody hi. That's good.
She's having her own little party over there.
Go.
We're doing good.
That's good local hometown TV. The girls are from the Mountain Home Christian Academy. They'll be doing the morning prayer for us here in just a minute when we get through talking about Brewed Awakening Coffee. And with Brewed Awakening, if you'd like to have some coffee at home, stop by into the drive-thrus and ask for a bag of beans, half pound, 1 pound, pound and a half or more. A little bit more expensive than what you get at the grocery store, but well worth the money because it's Brewed Awakening Coffee. Don't forget about cinnamon rolls, scones, turnovers, muffins.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. 'Tis the season for pumpkin spice for all of the people that love pumpkin.
I don't know about the whole pumpkin spice.
Did you see the thing on Facebook?
You've been talking about that all year. It's like, now's the season?
Well, it's kind of like peppermint at Christmas in your coffee. Oh, goodness. There was something online the other day that said like pumpkin spice bologna. I thought, no, thank you. I don't think so. Anyway, Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and the staff do a great job. at all 3 locations. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, you talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris, anyone there can help you. Talk about pre-planning or perhaps the passing of a family member, friend, loved one, whatever it may be. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, very caring, loving, and understanding. They get you through a very, very difficult period. It's tough, you know. We've had, of course, with the COVID stuff going on, it's just been enhanced. And so Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee, all across the state of Arkansas and Western Tennessee. They're here to serve you, and they do it with all our respect. Today we have Khesley and Kailor. They are students from the Mountain Home Christian Academy. They're going to be doing our morning prayer. We welcome these girls, and they're so thrilled to have the Mountain Home Christian Academy students coming in now. If you can help the Mountain Home Christian Academy financially, you can call them at 424-6622. They take no government funding. It's all private donations and private tuition. So they have a great, great curriculum. They've got a beautiful campus, beautiful facility. Mountain Home Christian Academy, 424-6622. We have Khesley, can't talk today, Khesley and Kailor today. And I think you're going, who's going first?
Are you going at the same time?
Why don't you go first and we'll come down this way, okay?
Dear God, thank you for this day, and please help everybody that is sick, and please help my school and everybody there, and please help the people who are going through hard times, and please be watching over all your children. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, that was Khesley. Now we have Kailor. You ready? You don't want to? Just say a quick prayer.
Okay. And Father, thank you for my school and all my friends. And I hope you can change a friend who's not with all my grandparents. They're not feeling good. Amen.
Wow, amen.
Amen.
Wow. Isn't that something?
Good job.
These kids are doing things that adults won't do, is come in and pray on TV. I tell you what, I'm very proud of the Mountain Home Christian Academy students, and this is Khesley and Kailor this morning, students at the Mountain Home Christian Academy. How's school going? Everybody enjoying it? Tell us a little bit about school. Anybody want to say hi to?
Hi, Danica. Hi, Allie. Hi.
Which camera are they on? Scooter?
Yeah,
Look right here. Look at this
hey.
right here. Look at that camera right here.
They're looking at the TV screen. Hey, see my hand?
See this camera? Look right there at that camera.
when you're talking. There
Wave
you
at
go.
'em again.
Now wave at them.
Hi, Allie. Hi, Danica. Hi, Emmy. Hi, Eden.
There you go.
Now that's coming from the girl that's her favorite subject is science.
Yep.
And now you? You want to say hi to your friends? That's your favorite subject, you said, hanging out with friends. So you want to say hi to any of them?
Just look right here at this camera. This one right here. Just look at it and tell them hi. Don't be shy. There you go.
Don't be shy, Bug. Come on.
Once again, if you can help Mountain Home Christian Academy financially, call them at 424-6622. Okay, remember that horn? It's time for the weather. We got to have the trumpet. You ready?
All right, hold on. I need help first.
Okay. What are you doing?
I need you to reach up, and right above you, you see that little white box on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to pull it over. Pull it. Come on. Help your sister.
Pull. It's real long. So you got to pull. There you go. Keep pulling.
Come on. Help your sister. Pull.
There you go.
Push it over. There we go.
Now it's time. Can you girls do the trumpet?
3,
1, 2, 3. Come on.
Dun, dun, dun.
The weather.
Morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website retiredtoarkansas.net.
I may be without a job.
You mean with the trumpet? I hope so. You're not Al Hurt, that's for sure.
That was excellent.
Huh?
That was a good trumpet.
Yeah. Perfect harmony. Bob and Lynn Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website retiredtoarkansas.net. If you're looking for If you're looking for a true professional real estate team, choose the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora. They're not out to tell you something that you don't need to know. They're going to tell you the honest truth. They're going to tell you how it is, and treat you right.
They're here to make a difference. They're here to
make
help.
a difference. And not only in the real estate world, they work in their church, they work in civic organizations. They help a lot of people in and out of the real estate world. And I'll tell you what, when you want a true professional real estate team, choose the Z Team. 870-405-0793. Realtors you recommend to a friend. I've got some friends up at St. Clair County, Illinois that's retiring. I said, I can fix you up. Come on, and check out retiredarkansas.net. Excuse me. When you do that, not only can you check out all the listings with the Z Team, but you can also take a peek at the White River. That's a pretty good shot today.
That is.
Wow. What kind of camera did you guys put out there?
That you'd have to ask Gilly. I just mounted it.
Really? That's a pretty good shot. You see the 62-412 bridge on the left side of the screen. The lights are still on there, and some of the city lights in Cotter. Contractors Trust on the right-hand side of the screen. Of course, the White River separates Marion County, where the camera is located, into Baxter County and Cotter, Arkansas. While you're at retiredarkansas.net, be sure to check out all the listings with the Z Team and all the MLS numbers that are listed. Say you pick up a publication, and it says MLS for multiple listing services, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You type that in there on the grid, and it'll bring up that listing both in Arkansas and Missouri. So, the Z Team, 870-405-0793. The website, retiredarkansas.net. Your true professional real estate team is Bob and Linda Zadora, and very active in the community. And when you hire the Z Team, you get the professionalism of the Z Team plus 2 more friends. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Right now, 69 in Mountain Home, 73 at Harrison, 72 at Batesville, 71 in Belleville, 68 at Marshall and Salem and Mountain View and West Plains and Springfield. Poplar Bluff at 66, that's Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and southeast Missouri. And then St. Louis at 60. And I just got a film or a little clip of video from my son in Watford City, North Dakota, where it's snowing today and it's 36 degrees. I said, you got a chance of snow.
Not allowed to use that 4-letter word on this.
Sorry. Bite my tongue. About an inch of snow in his pickup truck this morning in Watford City, North Dakota. Well, here's what the radar looks like. And I'll leave it out here on the wide shot here. You can see, of course, the usual showers in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Northern California. But the main part is this low pressure area that's basically over like Lincoln, Nebraska. And here's the snow right here in the eastern part of Montana, the western part of the Dakotas, and then rain all the way back into around the Davenport, Iowa, going basically into northern Illinois. So our main focus right now is in Arkansas. We'll take a look right here. You see the line of showers crossing Oklahoma into Kansas and parts of Missouri. We'll zoom in closer on Arkansas and see what we have for now. Dips from shower activity straddling the state line east of Mountain Home on Highway 62 is going to affect Highway 62, 63, and Highway 67. And west of Mountain Home on Highway 62, and then you got Highway 65 to Branson is clearer, and your interstates basically are clear 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, 530 in Arkansas. And with a little bit of shower activity, looks like in Fulton, Sharp, Lawrence, Randolph, and Clay counties, and possibly Greene County north of Jonesboro. I'm not real sure of that county. Then we move up into Missouri, Highway 67 across the state line, Naylor, Neelyville, Poplar Bluff for shower activity west on 160, and west on 60 with some showers on Highway 67, basically all the way up near St. Louis with some shower activity. I-44 around St. Louis with some shower activity, as well as I-70. I-55 will have some showers later. Kansas City at I-70 with some showers, and I-35 north of KC with some shower activity. If you're going west of Springdale, Arkansas, here's what you're going to be getting into. You have the line of showers from basically northern Texas back up into Kansas, Missouri, parts of Nebraska, and on up into Iowa. Southern Illinois, East St. Louis, Illinois East on I-64. No problems there, just scattered showers there near the Indiana state line, and just some spotted showers on I-57 down toward Cairo, Illinois. Same thing on I-24 at Paducah, Kentucky, going down towards the state of Tennessee. No watches or warnings right now for Arkansas or Missouri. We do have it in Oklahoma and Texas, and of course the Dakotas and Montana, Nebraska, and Kansas, with all types of stuff from fire danger to wind to snow, ice, wind, rain. They've got it all up there, so that's where it belongs. 7-day forecast for us is chance of rain all the way through midday Friday. It clears off Friday night. Saturday and Sunday looks really nice, 66 to 70 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. So it looks like a really nice
Clear for
weekend
football.
coming up. Clear for football is what we need. All righty, checking the state of Arkansas. A little bit of slow traffic. Benton going into I-430, 630 in Little Rock, and that's about it. Good traffic movement in Memphis, Jonesboro, Bentonville down to Fort Smith, Texarkana to Little Rock. Take a look at the city of Mountain Home on the cameras. Looking east on Cardinal Drive, looking east on Highway 62 from Cardinal. Minimal amount of traffic this morning, and once there's moving pretty easy. Looking towards Century 21 Lemac Real Estate right here. We'll take a look now at Club Boulevard. We'll look down the hill. This is my favorite shot. It's real nice. Real pretty shot this morning. You see Baxter Regional Medical Center among the mountains right here. Climaxy Chevrolet, of course, Holly's Jewelry right here. Minimal amount of traffic on the east side of town this morning. And of course, we've just joined the NEXT cable network, brought to you by North Arkansas Electric Cooperative. We've got the camera here in Mammoth Springs, Arkansas. This is US Highway 63 North. Mammoth Springs State Park here. You see the Spring River under the bridge right here. Highway 9 to the left goes back to Salem. The difference in colors of the highway right here is Arkansas and Missouri. The blue sign right here says welcome to Missouri in Missouri state line. So it's a dry highway in Mammoth Springs today. Like the first time in a week. They've been getting all the rain in Mammoth Springs and Thayer, Missouri this week. My goodness. Checking state of Missouri. No watches or warnings on the highways. This is the usual maintenance and construction going on. And your pollen count today, 0.5, and I'm still coughing and hacking with ragweed. The same thing tomorrow. Norfolk Lake sitting at 553.12. While Bull Shoals is at 656.02. Crude oil prices sting. It's $2.99 at the pump. Ooh, a year ago it was $1.89. 80.22 a barrel. Ooh, man. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 118 points, closed at 34,378.34. Don't forget about the Dream Network. Our good friend Marla Lucas is the CEO of the Dream Network. They help women and children in desperate situations. Every child deserves a dream. They reach out to help children in need along with their moms. And if you can help them financially, you go to the donate button at dreamnetwork.org. Don't forget about David Stroud's web and paper design company. He's doing very, very well in this. Graphic design, brand identity, and what we do. To contact him, hit the Contact Us button at webandpaperdesign.com or call him at 405-4433. What you got?
All right, we lost one, but we still got one still in the fight here. Real quick, community events. The LC Salmons Youth Center is doing their trunk or treat this Saturday from 4 to 6. It'll be a little bit different. They're doing a drive-through thing, but they got a lot of events from trunk or treat. Scarecrow Alley. That'd be pretty cool. The Raps Baron haunting and hot dogs. So there you go. Anybody interested, be this Saturday at the Youth Center from 4 to 6.
Sounds like fun.
Well, I think we had one more fundraiser is October 16th. This Saturday at the Van Mater Senior Center. They're doing bingo. They've got, let's see, bingo begins at 1 o'clock, and it'll be at the Van Mater Senior Center. So it'll be a good time.
All right, after the break, Jamie Leach is here from First Step, Baxter Regional Medical Center. We'll be right back.
Hold on, she's got to take us out.
Oh,
I'm not letting you do that. We still have her. We still
You
have
want to take
one
us to
left.
break? Just look at that camera and say, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
True professional.
Live Bomber football is back on XL7 TV with announcers Bob Rechtenwald and Josh Kaminsky, bringing you the best in play-by-play. Watch every game live on XL7 TV or online at xl7tv.com/football. Every Friday night, watch the Bombers live, whether you are at the game or not. Also, enjoy a meal, drink, and watch the Bombers on XL7 TV live at the following restaurants every Friday night, only on XL7 TV. It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home. Home. Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
When you think
722, Jamie Leach is here from First Step Baxter Regional. Been a while since you've been here. We got
It's been a
busy,
while.
but yeah, it has been.
It
So
has.
how you been?
I've been good.
Good.
How have you guys been?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
On me as ever.
Living the dream.
Yes. Oh, I know.
These guys have
Same.
been busy with football.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Wrestling too?
Wrestling
yeah.
too. Wrestling is practice is up and going, and so we got that, and then we help with the press box on the lot of the games, and then we broadcast the varsity games. So.
Cool. Yeah,
So
that's
them
a lot
busy.
going on.
So what's going on at First Step?
Just, still moving forward, and things are going well. I mean, we pretty much stayed consistent throughout COVID and everything else, which kind of doesn't surprise me because it's not like those things stop when everything gets on lockdown. If anything, they kind of get worse. So, but yeah, we're doing well. We, just as a reminder to people, we do a detox. So we're the medical piece. So like if people are having or on the verge of having physical withdrawal symptoms, we do that. We keep them in the hospital for a few nights and help them through that. Most of the viewers probably are very familiar with the hospital, but obviously we're in an acute care hospital, magnet status now, of course, which y'all know, which is kind of a big
Congratulations
deal.
on that. Yeah.
And so anyway, I say that because, especially people that are maybe coming from outside the area that don't know, I really feel so confident when people come in that they're in good hands. Like if it was my family, if it was me, I would definitely recommend our service. All of our patients, honestly, I get to interact with them quite a bit, and I get so much positive feedback, not just about like the service itself, but just the people, the way they're treated when they're there, and that's really important to me. So I'm
when you have a situation where you're dealing with addictions, you don't want to be treated. And same thing, we work with Hope for All with the homeless. You're not you're not a substandard citizen. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
absolutely.
You know, oh,
Yeah.
you know, like this, like, oh, he sleeps on the bridge, or oh, he's hooked on, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
They're human. We
Yeah.
are. I mean, we're on the, you know.
And there's some
Same
times
pager.
when you know, inevitably I talk to people a lot and hear a lot of their stories. And sometimes, you know, you realize that people get back, and this is certainly not in every situation, but people do get backed into a corner in some ways in life, to where they don't necessarily have a great choice. You know, they can choose between A and B, neither of which are excellent choices. And so sometimes when you dig a little deeper, you can have a little bit more empathy for people, you know, with what's going on. But even if, honestly, just being realistic, even if that's not the case, even if they just thought, you know what, I'm gonna just do a bunch of drugs or drink a lot because it's fun and great, and now I'm in a bad place. It doesn't matter why. Like, we're there to help, and again, like you said, like, it's so important. I hope that by talking about this, we make a difference, because sometimes when people hear the word mental health or substance abuse, they're kind of, you know, like, it's kind of like this black sheep situation. And that's the last thing that we want. You know, we want people to feel welcome when they come in. You know, we provide this service for that reason. We want people to use it. We want people to, you know, improve their lives and their families' lives from it. So.
Not here to condemn, here to help.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, I'm reaching out because now we're on the NEXT cable with North Arkansas Electric. I'm trying to reach out east of Mountain Home, Viola, Salem.
Oh, that's cool.
Hardy.
Yeah.
And been reaching out and trying to find out, you know, another one of my big pet peeves. This is domestic violence and the trafficking issues. And I've reached out to a few people that I've saw, well, they live over east of here. Why are you asking me about this? It's like, ooh, you know, like, I don't want to touch this subject.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. It's I mean, you're right.
So when you're talking about domestic violence or domestic violence abuse or the trafficking issue or substance abuse, we got to hit this head on.
Definitely. And they all coincide at some point, you know. And I do think that people, it just kind of scares them because they just don't know. That's part of it. They're just not super educated about it, which is fine. I mean, it's not everybody's thing to know inside and out, but it's when you start realizing, you know, especially like with the trafficking and stuff, like how young these, not just girls, but whoever, you know, is being affected by that. I mean, it's pretty shocking and heartbreaking. So I think that any way that we can be involved in it, even if it's not your life, you know, work, like I feel like mine is, you know, I feel like it's just to be involved enough to like talk about it or to bring awareness to it is pretty big. So I'm glad that you're willing to do that.
But you know, when you talk about the other subjects, the domestic violence and the trafficking, it can be intertwined with drug abuse.
Oh yeah.
You know, and,
I would say most often.
It's like when Ashley at Channel 3 was doing some of the stuff at Christmas. If you got the new TV, don't put the box out in the trash.
Yeah.
You know, because people are going to break in, you know, like, why would you want to steal a television? I mean, you know, goodness. I mean, they're a dime a dozen around garage sales, you know. But they're so desperate, they'll break in the house to steal anything that they can pawn off.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure there's a million, you know, other, like, signals to people that are looking to steal or whatever, you know, like just like that. That's a perfect example. You know, what you put outside in your trash, or when you post on social media you're going to be out of town, or all the things that could alert somebody to that you could be a target for. And we have to be kind of careful about that, you know, especially with the things we post about our kids and stuff, I think. So. And
then when you mention kids, that triggers it, you know, because kids are vulnerable and they're going to try anything once. And a long time ago, and this will never escape my memory, how you talked about fentanyl. You came in and talked about fentanyl, and you said if you put a penny here and put fentanyl in Lincoln's ear and the penny, that's a fatal dose.
Right.
3 or 4 days later, Sheriff Montgomery was here, and they talked about co-fentanyl. So what are we dealing with on the street? What's the drug of choice, and what's going on the streets right now?
Definitely fentanyl. I mean, that's huge. And so a while back, you know, just looking back, I'm trying to remember exactly what year it would have been, but anyway, you know, it started a lot of times, obviously, with the opiates, the pills. Okay. Right. That was the thing for a long time. And they were, you know, obviously there was like a crackdown on that nationally because some people were being overprescribed and some physicians, certainly not all, certain physicians were overprescribing. It became a big deal. There was the lawsuit with, what was that pharmaceutical company? Purdue Pharma, I believe it was, that was the OxyContin producer, that they were marketing that as a non-addictive substance, which clearly it wasn't. And so anyway, that was a big thing. Well, after that kind of blew up, then a lot of people turned to heroin because you've had these people that were using it recreationally, yes, of course, the pills and things, but then you had a lot of people that were just prescribed it for a long period of time, and they were just physically dependent on it, addicted to it without any fault of their own, really truly just taking it as they were prescribed. So that was a big deal. And so when that happened, we got a lot of phone calls about that, and people were like, well, what do I do? They just got dropped. They don't, kind of like the doctors don't want to touch them anymore. And it was really a difficult thing for a lot of people. I really felt badly for people. And a lot of those people really did have legitimate pain issues too. Yeah. So that was tough. So anyway, that kind of swung into like the heroin phase, which is still there. That's still for sure a thing. But I've noticed over the past at least year, maybe a little bit more, like definitely fentanyl. That's all I hear, fentanyl. I hardly ever have people come in that are taking pills anymore. Like occasionally, but not very often. Really? It's usually heroin or fentanyl, or a mix of the two. A lot of times they don't really know for sure. I don't even think what it is. They just think that this is supposed to probably have fentanyl in it, is what they're told, So it's super dangerous. And like you said, kids, young people, or a lot of times will try anything once. And so, of course, as a parent, that worries me because fentanyl is so deadly. And like, so you said, I think Montgomery was saying that you've got fentanyl, which is a super potent painkiller, like for like cancer patients and stuff like that. And then you've got carfentanil, which is a step up from that. It's like an elephant tranquilizer.
Are you kidding? Oh my goodness.
So like who would need that? And then I found out recently there's like 10 other fentanyl analogs, just meaning like kind of, similar, what's the word I'm looking for? Synthetics that are being made. So there's a huge amount of different types
family
now.
Of fentanyl.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
Goodness. So can illegal drugs be laced with fentanyl?
All the time.
You're kidding.
All the time. Every meth, cocaine, heroin, literally it's almost all the time now. Like I hear it constantly. And some people very much know that's what they're getting and want that. And then you have the other people that probably just aren't real sure what they're getting,
Years ago, and I've told this story and you've probably heard it a million times, I worked at Harold's Auto Parts and a guy walked in the afternoon and he wanted a gallon of battery acid, sulfuric acid. I thought, well, okay. I mean, you can't refuse to sell. He wanted that in a case of carburetor cleaner. And a carburetor cleaner, in the days of carburation, the carburetor get all gummed up and you sit there and spray and it'd come all shiny clean. I mean, that stuff is just amazing how it'll clean. And I thought, why would you need a gallon of battery acid? Because batteries come in wet, and then you just add water if it gets low. But once you have the acid and the water, you can't put acid on top because the acid will boil off the top of the water. Ironically, one of the guys from Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, came in and said, why would somebody need a gallon of battery acid and a case of carburetor cleaner? Meth lab. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Battery acid and carburetor cleaner?
Right. And you would think who in their right mind would ever want that, but I think it kind of goes to show the desperation of addiction, right? Because, in a normal frame of mind, no, I don't think anybody would choose that, but once you're addicted, and honestly, if you think about like a young person, not to sound too technical, but like your brain doesn't quit forming until you're like 25 or 26. And so when you're a teenager or preteen, you're logically, you can know those things, but your ability to make like sound decisions and your impulse control and all those things are obviously a lot lower till you get a little older. And so that's where the people kind of get sucked into that, because they're not asking what's in it. They're just, somebody's just offering them like, hey, this
you want
to
really
try
cool.
this?
Yeah.
They're not thinking, the specifics of what that's like. And so, and then once you're addicted, I don't think you really care what's in it. I think you just feel like you need to
desperate.
Have it. Yeah.
Really?
I think you just, yeah.
And sulfuric acid, battery acid, like I've got just regular denim jeans on from Wrangler. If I took an eyedropper and went drop, one drop, by the time we get done with the show, there's going to be a hole in those jeans.
Crazy,
It'll eat it through.
Yeah.
When I was down there one time, I splattered some battery acid, brand new pair of jeans, threw them away.
Yeah,
ate them up.
right.
And you want to snort that stuff?
And you want to think about putting or injecting it into your veins? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Think about what's happening from the inside out to people, you know. And no wonder when you see, I hate to say it, but, you know, the people, especially with meth and this and that, you know, you see kind of like the before and after. Sometimes they do the mug shots over the course of like their first arrest versus like 2 years later and how they so decline so quickly.
When you helped us with that film that Caleb and I worked on, the addiction, voting, suicide, Joel Pendergrass was on with, is it Rotary? Was it Rotary had the...
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I can't remember now, but it's in the hour special that you helped us with. But it showed the progression of meth.
Yeah.
And just the deterioration. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
So yeah, sometimes within that, I mean, it's can be really quickly. But I mean, when you think about what's in it, it's not, you know, you can understand why, right? It's
and you can only imagine. I mean, it's only the smartest and best scientists that are putting this together.
Of course, right.
That was sarcasm, by the way.
Yeah, obviously. But you're so right. That's the thing that's so crazy about it, like backing up to the fentanyl. So first of all, this stuff is made by maybe not the best and brightest to begin with.
Yep.
Then it's transported, then it's cut with something different. So who's just sitting there measuring this drop of fentanyl version? It's mixed in, and so you don't know if the version you're getting is the one that's going to overdose you or not. And you know, there's really no way to regulate that. So it's scary. It's tricky.
You know, there's some, and I feel sorry for people that are this desperate.
Mm-hmm. It is. And it is desperate. And I think that even, you know, talking about like first step, even when you decide like maybe you're wanting to quit, you're considering it. So obviously, just like with any other opiate, you get so sick, you know, like physically, like I wish I could think of some of the descriptions people tell me. Just like your bones are breaking, your bones are on fire. Like it's like the worst sickness I guess you can ever imagine. And so that cycle alone, like people will try and quit for a few days, and by that second and third day they're so sick that they just like can't take it anymore. And so that's kind of what first step is intended to do, is to kind of come in after that day or two. That's when you come to the hospital, and then we're able to help you through that worst part of it to where you can kind of at least get on the other side of the physical part, to where you can go get treatment. Because if you're so sick that you can't function and you're on the bathroom floor, rehab doesn't even seem reasonable. Yeah, counseling, really. You're not going to be, but you know, you're not going to go to counseling. So we're trying to basically kind of medically stabilize and prepare people to where they can continue with other forms of treatment. That's kind of the idea that we're
you stair-step them down
yeah.
to a certain plateau instead of a cold turkey type deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times cold turkey just ain't going to cut it.
Yeah, it doesn't work well.
This is Jamie Leach, First Step. Time for a break. 7:37. Be right back.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. we've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
$7:40, considering our discussion with Jamie Leach, the first step at Baxter Regional Medical Center, and just trying to help folks with addictions. And it's not, can you help with like alcohol addiction?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you say that, because sometimes I think we get so focused on the fentanyl and this and that, which is huge, but we have just as many patients that come in for alcohol withdrawal as anything else. It's probably almost, I don't know if it's a 50-50 split, but there's a lot. And so alcohol's just kind of always been there, you know, it's not ever changed. It's been constant and consistent. And you know, we always say it's not, you know, some people can have a beer, a glass of wine, or that's fine, that's great. It's just, you know, there's a difference between that and having to have it every morning and having to drink it when you wake up because you're shaking and there's, you know, that's the difference. And so, just talking about, we were talking about fentanyl, you know, people get so sick and so it kind of keeps them having to use it. And it's the same with alcohol, you know, you get so, the withdrawals can be so difficult, and not only that, but more dangerous. You know, you could have a seizure, you could have a stroke. And so really, if you're really physically dependent on alcohol, I would highly recommend an inpatient detox for that reason, because we're gonna do, you know, you're under the care of a physician and nursing staff, just like any other kind of patient would be in the hospital. You've got a private hospital room. We do lab work. So a lot of times they'll do an EKG, and so it gives us a really good understanding of kind of what's going on underneath the surface. And that if anything, any complications arise, you're already there, you're in the hospital, you're not, you know, we can just like, you know, adhere to that right away. So
with the alcohol, how does it affect the system different from, say, fentanyl? And what causes the, how can I word this right, make it sound good, the dependence on alcohol? Where's the, what are we looking for in the alcohol?
Well, I think that any drug or alcohol is going to create a physical dependence, just because if you, I'm trying to think how to word it properly too.
Well, because when I got done, I mulched leaves yesterday. Okay, mm-hmm. I was thirsty, so I grabbed a bottle of water.
Right.
I was craving water.
Right, yeah.
So can you crave alcohol like I did water?
You definitely can crave the alcohol, although I think it's more like, water, obviously you have a thirst that you want to quench, but you're not really grabbing the water at that point because you're in full-blown withdrawal. I guess you could get so dehydrated. But I mean, anything that your body creates or has a dependency created for, and you take it away, you kind of leave this hole. And so, you know, for example, if you, and I'm going to use the opiates again, I know you're asking about alcohol, but like, let's say you've used opiates for a long time. So what happens, and it's kind of similar with alcohol, probably a little bit different, but your body almost stops producing certain chemicals, or slows the production of certain chemicals, because you're getting it somewhere else. You're getting it from an outside source now, right?
Okay.
And so then when you take that away, it takes a while for your brain to start producing like the serotonin, the dopamine, the endorphins. All those things have been very slowed because you don't need it. So when you take that substance away, you're really off balance. Everything in your body and your brain is off kilter. And so that's where you start to have those symptoms of withdrawal. And it just takes a while, you know, to get through those. Even after you go through a detox and you're through the acute phase, which is what we do, meaning once you leave, you're functional. You shouldn't have to be, you know, so sick you can't function. But inevitably, if you've been on anything for a long period of time, it's going to be a matter of months for sure, and at least until your brain and your body kind of get back to what your baseline should be. So I say that because it's a process, and I think that sometimes
And so different metabolisms by person could be different in the
Yeah.
time factors there.
And age makes a difference too. So like 60 and older, like with alcohol, kind of has its own unique differences, and like Librium, which is the drug that's used to treat the withdrawals, affects people differently in that age bracket. So there's a lot of underlying things to take into account. And then you've got a lot of times with people that struggle with alcohol, they have high blood pressure. So that's another thing that a lot of times presents itself as problematic when people want to come in for detox. But again, to be in a hospital setting is the best place to be for that, because we're going to monitor that. Or if people are prone to seizures, we can obviously give them medication to try to ward those off while they're there, and it just makes good sense.
So the difference in alcohols, I think beer is like 5%, but let's say you have like bourbon or bourbon Manhattan, something like that, where you may be looking 35-40% alcohol, where it's maybe 70-80 proof.
Yeah.
The difference in the power of the alcohol.
Right. I think that definitely makes a difference. So, we have people that come in for detox that just drink beer, but they have to drink, and probably not going to be your 3, 4, 6 beer a day people, probably going to be your 12 to 30 beer a day people. And so, yes, so what you're saying is true though, but with the liquor, obviously it might be a smaller quantity. Yeah,
so
but
somebody
it might
just wants a nice little bourbon nightcap.
Right, and honestly, I don't think if that's realistically what people are doing, you're probably not going to wake up and go, oh my God, I'm so sick and I'm shaking and I feel like my heart's going to beat out of my chest, because that's a lot of times people almost feel like they're having like a heart attack, or they'll start to feel that way and then they'll have a panic attack, And then what do you want to do when you have a panic attack? Take a drink, because that's supposed to calm you down. So that's another little cycle that happens.
So what's the alcohol do to blood pressure?
Oh, I mean,
Can it shoot it high or low?
Yeah, so usually people come in and their blood pressure is up.
Really?
A lot of times with like the opiates or something like that, their blood pressure might be a lot lower.
Wow.
So, and it's not every time, because it depends if you've got underlying conditions that you would have regardless, that'll make a difference. And another thing too, I was thinking when we went to break is, and I'm not quoting this exactly right, but there's a lot of studies about how, substance abuse obviously affects our mental health. And so when you, some people have like a predisposition, they're predisposed to have like schizophrenia or other conditions. And so some people, it's almost like it flips a switch. So if they do meth or something like that, whereas the average normal person might not go that route, it almost induces that in them. And so if they're predisposed to that, it can really make those symptoms present a lot sooner and more severely if they hadn't done it. And so, I'm doing my internship in the behavioral health unit. And so I find that really interesting, because a lot of people, so many people, kind of self-medicate, but really what they're doing, if they have underlying mental health issues, is they're just like exacerbating that, like they're just making it worse. And there comes a point where it's almost like you can't flip that switch back. And you don't really know when that point is for certain people, and they don't really know. And so you can definitely have permanent damage from that, or have permanent mental health issues that arise from that. So
okay, let me think how to ask this question. Mental health tied into a male, let's take a guy 40 to 60 years old, may not be the most educated, but self-esteem issues. And so he could see where his wife or girlfriend or live-in, whatever it may be, better than him. He gets on drugs, and then the domestic violence starts, because he wants to be here, keep her here, when actually it's like this: he can't function, she can. Is this an issue?
Yeah, I think anytime there's and are you asking me like as far as a control issue of using it? Oh yeah, I mean, and you've probably talked about that, or with like the whole human trafficking issue and all that too, because that is a big part of it. Definitely control. And again, I think the younger you get people started on something, it's easier to control them with that. And so a lot of people will say that they
but see, women can get caught in that trap.
Oh yeah,
because they can't escape the control of what the drugs and the mental health and the low self-esteem.
It can go both ways, and I say this because there's a lot of people that, And there's people that I've known that are really, really nice, but they get some alcohol in them.
Not so nice.
And they're not so nice.
Yeah.
Now, that was girls and boys, though.
Yeah.
You can't.
Really?
Yeah, focus on just, the guys that all of a sudden get mean.
Yeah.
Some of these girls are the same way, and it's not, it's the alcohol that does it.
Yeah.
And there's something in it when they get drunk or whatever happens that
The
triggers
mean drunk,
that.
yeah.
But
Once you want to fight.
Yeah. It's not sexist to where it only affects the guys, though.
True. I think absolutely. There's a lot, and honestly, there's probably more domestic abuse where the woman is the abuser than you think that there is.
Oh, really?
Men just don't want to report that very much. I mean.
Yeah.
Now, I do think, however, not to be sexist, but I do think that there's more of when you think of the complete domination control of somebody's life, like with the trafficking, I think that's a lot more male,
I do too.
oriented. And that's just partially due to sheer physical size and force. I mean, that's just the way that it is. But I definitely think behind closed doors, there's a lot of women that beat on their husbands and or whoever, and they just don't report that stuff because I mean, it's kind of it's almost its own weird stigma. Like they don't want to, but yeah, so I think, we've definitely had patients, and both in the behavioral health department and in First Step that have come in, and many times, and these are probably women, the ones I'm thinking of, that have, they get, even if they don't want to do the drugs, which some of them do, they'll make them do the drugs because they have to stay subservient, right? You have to keep them addicted, and you have to keep them doing the drugs, and then at some point then they want to do them, right? Because then they're addicted. But in the beginning, if you can make them do it and make them do whatever you want them to do to keep getting the drugs, it's pretty ugly.
We're working a human sex trafficking issue, and what they do is they, like a 13, 14-year-old girl, they'll give just enough heroin. Like this. Well, Joe needs you to help him.
Right.
And then they start going down cold turkey.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the jitter, well, you go help Joe and you get your medicine.
Right. Yeah, it's disgusting.
This is the sick society we're talking about.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head too about the low self-esteem and people can be very mind controlling of people and really beat them down to the point they feel like they don't have other options.
And this is where it comes in with young girls. I mean, you can be 12, 13, 14, 15, and who hasn't seen a Victoria's Secret catalog or some of the magazines sitting at the checkouts, and they want to be like those girls?
Right.
Come on. Airbrush, computer, it's not reality, people.
Yeah.
And if you're 12, 13, 14, yes, you will be loved.
Yeah.
And you're going to change. I mean,
right. But, it's easy to not believe that, especially if you don't have a good home life.
That's true.
You don't have anybody kind of pouring good things into you, and you feel like this person's going to kind of save you or help you, or, because I'm sure it starts out, they're real nice to you, right? Or you would never, and then that changes. So, yeah, it all plays in together, unfortunately.
Time for the last break. Coming up on 7:53, more with Jamie Leach from First Step right after this.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it, it's because they don't make it. Come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Live Bomber football is back on XL7 TV with announcers Bob Rechtenwald and Josh Kaminsky, bringing you the best in play-by-play. Watch every game live on XL7 TV or online at xl7tv.com/football. Every Friday night, watch the Bombers live, whether you are at the game or not. Also, enjoy a meal, drink, and watch the Bombers on XL7 TV live at the following restaurants every Friday night, only on XL7 TV. It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
7:55. We've got a few more minutes with Jamie from First Step Baxter Regional Medical Center, and for folks that are interested, and we're not trying to pinpoint, we're trying to help. You know? And so if we can help one person today, we've been successful. So
definitely.
How can they get in touch with you?
So honestly, I always say this. Of course, obviously we're a detox. We're helping with the medical part, but if you have any questions that are drug or alcohol related as far as treatment or rehabs or counseling or anything, I try to be able to kind of just be a link for people to, or a resource for people to use. So whether you need the detox, whether you have a question about services in the community, maybe it's for you, maybe it's for a friend or family member or whatever, you can call my office anytime. So my direct number is 870-508-7590. That goes to my direct line, and so you'll get me. And we can just talk. I mean, everything's confidential. That's super important, obviously. So it doesn't matter who you are. I'm happy to talk to you. We can help anyone 18 and over. And we do help people very much into the senior population, so I think we forget about that sometimes, but it's not all just young people that come through by any means. And so again, we detox for alcohol, opiates, or benzos. Benzos are more like the Xanax Valium category, which can also be a real dangerous withdrawal on your own, as you probably know if you've tried to go through that before. And so anyway, I would just strongly encourage you to call, get some information. Sometimes just getting, breaking the ice with getting the information helps a lot, takes some of that unknown out of like what you'd be getting into, what your options are. And I would love to help you in any way that I can.
Tell you what, it's a great service at Baxter Regional having First Step here. And hate to see people with these issues, and like I say, this is not, it's not a degrading thing. It's reach out and help,
Yeah.
Everybody has an issue, and so when I first found out about First Step, I thought, really, I had no idea, but
I'm really, truly grateful that we still have this service that we can offer. And in the future, we might have a little bit more to offer with it by way of counseling and things. That's kind of in the works, but I'm not sure yet, so I'll let you know.
Working on that.
And working on that. And so, but, we were talking about, too, obviously, like the mental health aspect. And so, just to be clear, at Baxter Regional, if you need the detox part, like I said, call me at the number I gave you. If your more acute need, your more pressing need is behavioral health, meaning you're suicidal or you're having maybe you struggle with bipolar or schizophrenia, and that's producing a lot of problems and you're at a breaking point, you can always go to the emergency room for that. Go to the emergency room. They will assess you for the behavioral health department that way. So those things go through the ER. My service is starts with a phone call, and then we schedule you a day and a time to come in. And that's usually a really quick turnaround time within a day, so not a big, long, drawn-out process.
Real quick, we got about a minute and a half here. Bipolar, what does that mean?
So bipolar is a mental disorder, and I think I'm drawing a blank on what people used to call it. Anyway, so if you have really high highs and really low lows. Manic depressive, that's the word I was looking for.
Wow.
So I think that was the term that was used to be used more often. So when you're manic, you're really high energy, really, a lot of times people do things that are kind of out of character, like gamble a lot or spend a lot of money, or they can't sleep for days and they're just kind of hyper-verbal. And then you have the opposite of that, which is the depressive side, when you're really, really low. Okay. And so if you don't manage that with medication, typically you can see where that would be a real big problem for folks. And so that's something that we can definitely help with as well.
A lot of information from Jamie from Baxter Regional's First Step. Him that phone number once again?
870-508-7590.
Wow. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. It's
Thank
been a while. Yeah,
I
it's
know. Always good to see you guys, too. I appreciate it.
All right. We got some rain moving in later on, so it may be a wet day. We got rain throughout the week, clear on Friday night, and a clear weekend coming up. So I think we've ran out of time, so we're going to say see you tomorrow.
Bye.